Write the equation in slope-intercept form for the line through -7, 2 and, in part A, parallel to the line 3x plus 5y is equal to 6. To write the equation of a line, we need to know a point, which we have, and the slope. I'm going to use the fact that our line is parallel to this one to determine our slope. Let's determine the slope of the line that we're given here. Let's do that by solving for y. So 5y is equal to, subtracting 3x over, a negative 3x plus 6. Dividing through by 5 gives y is equal to a negative 3/5 x plus 6/5. The slope of this line is negative 3/5. Our line is parallel to this line, so it has the same slope. Parallel lines have equal slopes. So our line as well has a slope of negative 3/5. So we've got the slope of our line. We have a point on the line, which I'll identify as x1, y1. Now let's write our point slope formula. Y minus y1 is equal to the slope times x minus x1. So y minus 2 is equal to our slope, negative 3/5, times x minus a negative 7. That's actually an x plus 7. We want to write this equation in slope-intercept form, so let's solve for y. Y minus 2 is equal to a negative 3/5 x minus a negative 3/5 times 7 is a negative 21/5. Adding 2 to both sides, y is equal to a negative 3/5 x minus 21/5 and plus, I'm going to write that 2 as we bring it over with a denominator of 5 as 10/5. So y is equal to a negative 3/5 x. Negative 21/5 plus 10/5 is a negative 11/5. Therefore, our answer to part A is y is equal to negative 3/5 x minus 11/5. Now for part B, we wish to write the equation in slope-intercept form for the line through -7, 2 and perpendicular to the line y is equal to 2x. Now, if our line is perpendicular to this line, then its slope will be a negative reciprocal of the slope of this line. Y equal 2x is written in a slope-intercept form where the intercept is 0. The slope is our coefficient of x. It is 2. So the slope of a line perpendicular to this one is going to have be a negative reciprocal of 2. That's a negative 1/2. So the slope of our line that we wish to write the equation for is negative 1/2. We're given a point at -7, 2. Let's identify that as x1, y1. Let's write our point slope formula. Y minus y1 is equal to the slope times x minus x1, and substitute values. So y minus 2 is equal to the slope, negative 1/2, times x minus negative 7. That minus the negative 7 becomes a plus 7. We want to write our answer in slope-intercept form, so let's solve for y. Y minus 2 is equal to, distributing, negative 1/2 x minus 7/2. Let's isolate y by adding 2 to both sides, giving y is equal to negative 1/2 x minus 7/2. And as we bring this positive 2 over, let's write it with a denominator of 2 so we can combine these two values. 2 over 1 is equal to a 4 over 2. Thus, y is equal to a negative 1/2 x. minus 3/2. So our answer to part B is y equal negative 1/2 x minus 3/2.